Welcome back, everyone, to the first ever Q&A podcast with the PA Startup.
Yeah. Maybe do that one more time. Oh, shut up. Yeah. I feel bad doing this on camera, but the interview wasn't great. I'm just kidding. No.
So before we get started, we do have a page on our website, pastartup.co, that is specifically made for you guys to just write out questions.
Right. You can. It's basically name, email, and then whatever your question might be. So go to pastartup.co/questions. And the page will be there. That's also in the menu bar at the top. Whatever's on your mind. And we love the questions. Yeah. That's what I love, interacting with people that are watching this. That's why we're doing this, is there wasn't a great resource when we were in school. So now we're trying to help pay it forward. And so if you've got questions, head over to pastartup.co/questions and you can submit yours.
New graduate here, looking for jobs. So we've kind of transitioned from some pre-PA, active PA.
I like it.
Just graduated. I know you guys. Yeah, congrats. I know you guys, Chris and I, do surgery, but I'm looking for more of a clinic-based job. As a new graduate, I feel like no one will want to hire me because I have no experience. How can I sell myself to a future employer?
That's a good question. That's really good. The good news is most all PAs that graduate have jobs, so somebody will hire you.
Someone will. And most all graduates feel like they don't. They have the same feeling, like, why would you hire me?
Right.
Like, I don't know.
I felt that I had nothing to bring to the table in a negotiation. Yeah. So I felt pressure to, like, what if they give me a low salary or something like that? Well, then don't take the job. I mean, the job market's kind of tough right now because of COVID and things like that. But I would argue, and tell me if you disagree, but I would argue that you might not have experience as a practicing PA, but what you are is an open book. You can be molded into whatever that provider wants you to be.
Yeah.
If we have someone coming into surgery, a lot of people would say, oh, get someone that has experience. We've actually heard that from the surgeons. Yeah. Find someone with experience and get them here. Okay, that's true, but if they don't fit our culture, it's not going to maybe work great. I would rather take someone who's a blank slate and teach them exactly how we like to do things and then let them grow, versus someone that came in and was like, well, back at my old hospital, this is what we used to do. Well, it's not what we do here, so don't do it. You know, I think that's a huge value piece.
I think it is too. I think there is value to having experience, obviously, but to be able to, during an interview as a new graduate, maybe you're interviewing and they have someone interviewing with experience, to convey the message to that provider or group of providers that, listen, I may not know as much as Joe, who's done this for 3 years, but I do know the basics. I passed my pants. They clearly know that you're intelligent, and I'm here to make your practice better. So what are you guys looking for? Well, we want someone that's going to, work the afternoon shift. Great. Sign me up. Whatever it may be. There's going to have to be, as a new graduate, I guess, what I'm getting at is there may be some bend or break in terms of what you maybe want.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to just get the experience. We've talked about that before. There's value to experience. So for me, it was moving far away, 7 hours away to get a job that I wanted. But
I think Garner has a great point. If you ask them, what are you looking for? Then you can kind of, honestly, if you really want that job, you can tailor your answers to what they tell you.
Yeah.
Say, what are you looking for? Well, we're looking for someone that can talk really well to patients. You know what? In my job as a phlebotomist, I had to convince people to let me poke them in the arm at 5 a.m, whatever it might be. So ask them what they're looking for, and then that will help you kind of figure out the best way to present yourself. Also, what you can do is what you might lack in experience, you can make up for in other areas, which is lately, and I feel like I harp on this all the time on the podcast, culture, the culture of your practice. We have to remember is everybody that's coming into an interview, especially a new grad, wants a job. And there is a risk as a person who's hiring, this person just wants a job. They don't care what it is, they just need a job. So the person that comes and interviews that, didn't do an elective in anything surgical makes me nervous because we're a surgical group. So I feel like you just want a job. So let's pretend, for example, you do want this job and you're just competing against someone that has experience. If you say, look, I'm looking for a culture that fits with me, that I can add into. If you have someone that, your other person that's interviewing, Joe, for example, comes in and Joe's like, I know how to run this place. I've done this for 8 years and I got this covered. That's a little abrasive because he's being confident. You're coming in, you're like, listen, I just want to make sure that this is the right fit for me too.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, wow. This person's not just hungry for a job. They're looking for a lifelong career. They're looking for a home.
Maybe this will help. And it's been a little bit, but for example, when I applied, was there anything specific that maybe I said or did that you're like, okay, that guy is the only one applying? No, I'm kidding. But like, is there something? Because I have ideas in my head of how it went, which were, okay, I know this is a busy practice. I know that there's a lot of responsibility right off the bat. So I am going to present certain things of, listen, I know it's going to be busy and I'm ready to work. Like, I know maybe more hours than the typical job. I know that up front, I'm good with that. Like letting them know I'm good with these things. And I don't know if that came across to you guys or not, but that's how I picture trying to sell yourself. Right. Okay, well, what do you guys want? Okay, well, if I really want this job, yeah, I'm good with that.
Right.
I want to do this. I don't want you to sell yourself short, but present yourself in the light. I'm happy to do that. Well, call's involved. I don't really want to take call.
Yeah.
Well, then it's done. Right.
Right. I feel bad doing this on camera, but the interview wasn't great. I'm just kidding. No, it was exceptional. So the things that stood out to us were, number one, actually, and this is a funny story. So I don't know if we told this on the podcast or not, but Garner, so we met Garner for dinner the night before his interview. We just kind of wanted to meet him outside of the hospital. And so it was 2 other PAs, myself, and then Garner. And I run late in every aspect of life. So they were already there when I got there. And I roll in, and one of our PAs was nicely dressed. She was always ready to go out on the town. Another PA was in normal clothes, not dressed up, but not grubby. I come in, I'm pretty laid back, and this guy over here is in it like a suit and tie. So bless his heart, he wanted to make a good impression. But the first thing he did, I introduced myself, and he kind of looked at everybody, and he goes, well, if it's going to be this kind of a thing, and he like loosens his tie, takes his jacket off, and he goes, it's not even my coat. He like rolls his sleeves up, and we were cracking up because we were like, this guy's totally laid back. Like, okay, you fit with the culture immediately. So that was
culture,
good.
Right? I guess not everyone's like that, and you may be looking at a job where it's not like that.
Right.
Like we've talked. I did rotations at Mayo Clinic, and you wore a suit every day.
Right.
So you better show up dressed to the nines because that's
the culture.
The culture.
That's their culture.
So it's not that you should pretend that something you're not, but
that's how you can
yourself. In a way that, okay, I want to fit into this. I fit into this group. I know this is what I want to do. So I'm going to let them know by the way I dress, by my answers in terms of, what I'm willing to do or not do. I'm going to fit into this group.
Right. People will tell you what they're looking for. And, I wouldn't lie about it, but
yeah,
use it in context. But I think just being flexible and kind of following the other people's lead is important. Guys, if you've got other questions for us, and I know that you do, there's no such thing as a stupid question. Head over to pastartup.co/questions. It's right here. This is it. You can't click on that though. I'm not sure how to do that. So, but pastartup.
We'll link it below.
Yeah, we can link it below. pastartup.co/questions. Ask whatever's on your mind. We love getting those questions because it means that people are out there. People are watching what we're doing. So we're not just 2 guys chilling in a room making videos, because that's kind of creepy. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, guys. And thank you so much for choosing to watch us.